Hey y'all, welcome back to another 2Min Maths video. This is what y'all been waiting for, basic compound interest. And before we start off, it's important to understand the compound interest formula, which is the following: A equals P times 1 plus R over N, all to the power of N times T. Well, what do all of these weird looking variables mean? Let me tell you. A is the balance after T years, which is the pink variable T. P is considered the initial or the principal or the original amount, whatever you want to call it. Usually the word problems would use those sort of words to describe P. R is considered the annual interest rate, which is written as a decimal when using the formula. N is considered the number of times a year the interest is compounded, and T is the time in years. This may feel a little bit confusing, but don't worry, we're going to do some examples. We have to write a compound interest model for $1,200 invested at a rate of 2% compounded quarterly for 3 years. So what students are most confused on is how many times is something compounded and over how long. So basically the N value and the T value. Everything else is pretty straightforward. So we know it's compounded 4 times a year, so N has to equal 4, and that amount is compounded for 3 years, so T equals 3. Now we're going to use a formula that we covered in the previous slide because the question is implying us to do so. And we just got to plug in the values that they're given. P equals 1,200. That's the initial amount. R is 0.02. Remember, don't put the percentage, put the decimal. So 2% written in decimal form is 0.02. And 1 plus 0.02 divided by 4 is all to the power of 4 times 3. Remember, not the whole thing is to the power of 4 times 3, just the 1 plus R over N part is to the power of N times T. And solving this, putting in a calculator, we get the following final money. And here's a second example: $15,000 invested at a rate of 4.8%, compounded monthly for 2 years. Now I want you to pause and think, how many times is this compounded? What is the N value? It's 12 because it's compounded monthly. And there's 12 months in a year. And it does so for 2 years, so T equals 2. Now, the great thing about these sort of problems is that they're really procedural. Once you have the formula and once you have the numbers, all you gotta do is plug it in. So it's the same steps as before, except we have different numbers this time. And our final value is A equals 26,502 and that amount of cents. I hope this video helped. Comment down below any other math topics you want me to review. Thank you.